What's going on, guys? My name is Wade with TechDaily. So one tech item that doesn't usually get a lot of attention from people is their Wi-Fi router. No one waits outside the store when a new one is released. There's no hype really. You might not even know what router you currently have. And that's all kind of weird because if you think about it, likely every single tech-related device in your home relies on your Wi-Fi router. Indirectly, it's probably the thing you use most often, whether you think about it or not. And as important as it is, for most people, it's probably been a while since they've upgraded the router, if ever. You might not even think you need to, but as internet speeds get faster, and as more and more of those new fancy gadgets get brought into your home and connected, you're gonna need some better hardware to not only get the most out of all of your new internet connected things, but also get the best possible internet experience for what you pay for from your internet service provider. Now, more often than not, it probably feels like you're playing catch up when it comes to stuff like this. Buying a new router has usually meant that you're now up to par with where you should have been maybe the last couple of years. But actually, these new routers from TPLink offer features and specs that are ahead of the curve. And most importantly, you aren't going to be paying state-of-the-art prices for these new routers either. In this video, I'm going to go over 3 of TP-Link's newest Wi-Fi 6 routers that I think are great options if you're trying to upgrade and future-proof your home network, while also getting the most out of some of the latest devices you might already have, or some of the devices you will end up purchasing in the near future. But first, let's talk about what's new with Wi-Fi 6. Wi-Fi 6, or 802.11ax, is the next generation Wi-Fi standard that's slowly being incorporated into some of the newest gadgets. From the network side of things, you can expect faster potential speeds, better reliability, and the ability to handle more continuous connected devices without choking up. That's important because the average US household now has twice as many connected devices than when Wi-Fi 5 was launched a few years ago, and some households probably have dozens of gadgets spread across thousands of square feet of space. Wi-Fi 6 can handle more connected devices more reliably and offer higher consistent speeds to those devices. On the user side of things, some of the smartphones you're already using likely support the Wi-Fi 6 standard. If you have any of the latest Samsung smartphones like the S10 or the Note 10, or a new iPhone 11 or iPhone 11 Pro, those devices support Wi-Fi 6 and can take advantage of that new technology already. Right now, Wi-Fi 6 is still pretty new. We're only just starting to see it incorporated in new tech, but the bottom line is that it is the new Wi-Fi standard, and before long, every new device will support it. That means that as time goes on, with more devices and new devices entering your home, you'll likely need a Wi-Fi 6 capable router to get the most out of it all. If you're just looking to get a simple Wi-Fi 6 router for in-home use, the one I'd recommend is the TP-Link AX3000. For just $129, this is an inexpensive way to upgrade. And for a vast majority of people who have the usual number of everyday gadgets connected, this is more than enough to handle your needs. The AX3000 is a 4-stream dual-band router with speeds up to a combined 3 gigabits per second, 574 megabits on the 2.4 gigahertz band, and 2402 megabits on the 5 gigahertz band. Yes, those are higher speeds than most ISPs even offer for some folks, but when those speeds do increase, you know your Wi-Fi router will be capable of achieving them. The router itself is pretty small and compact, and not a bad looking unit either, honestly. You've got 4 antennas sticking out of the back that can be moved around a bit if you need to do that. And for your wired connection, 1 gigabit WAN port and 4 gigabit LAN ports for everything that needs a dedicated connection. I'll talk about the process of setting up this router in just a bit, since it's actually the same as all of the others that I'll mention. But just know that paired with a TP-Link Tether app, it's literally like a 3-step process, and then you're up and running. You've got clear LED indicator lights up front to let you know what's going on with your network. And like I said, for well under $150, this is the cheapest and easiest way to get into the Wi-Fi 6 game with a solid future-proof router. If you want to take things up a notch with your at-home network, maybe you want to stream some 4K or 8K content across multiple devices, or maybe you have dozens of devices in your home that all need to be connected at once, or maybe you just want to be able to utilize faster speeds and a more dedicated connection for gaming or streaming or anything else, the next step up is the TP-Link AX6000. Now, right off the bat, I will say you're paying more $270 for this guy, but what you're getting, even at that price, is kind of ridiculous. Right away, with its crazy number of antennas, you can see that this thing is no joke, though they do actually flip down pretty seamlessly, so you don't have to have them all over the place if you don't want. But inside, this router packs a 1024 QAM modulation to give you wireless speeds of up to a combined 6 gigabits per second. The 5 gigahertz frequency offers up to 4804 megabits per second, and the 2.4 can give you 1148. Again, you probably won't even get those speeds from your ISP, but as time goes on, you may have the ability to utilize it, and you can at least know you have the hardware that supports it. Powered by a 1.8 GHz 64-bit quad-core processor and 1 GB of RAM, this router offers a 2.5 gigabits per second WAN port and 8 additional gigabit Ethernet ports that serve all your streaming and gaming needs. There's even a choice of USB 3.0 or USB-C for file sharing and storage management, and up front you'll find dedicated buttons for enabling and disabling your network and controlling the LED indicator, which you'll see across the top. This router is a bit chunkier than the last, but even as intimidating as it seems, it's still pretty good looking and it's easy to set up and use too. And it offers probably more network potential than you can imagine. If for some reason you want to go even further than that, TP-Link has a totally ridiculous final option to choose from too. This scary looking monstrosity is the AX11000, a sinister tri-band made for gaming router that ships with some assembly required. But after you install the 8 antenna that circle the intimidating piece of hardware, you have the potential to get up to a combined 10 gigabits per second Wi-Fi speed, 1148 megabits per second on the 2.4 band, 4804 on the 5 gigahertz band, and another 4804 on an additional separate 5 gigahertz gaming specific band. Now, obviously, this thing is made for the most extreme gamer in mind, with features including Game Accelerator that detects and optimizes gaming streams, and game statistics, so you can see in real time all the info on latency and network resource allocation. Around back, you'll find a 2.5 gigabits per second WAN port and 8 additional gigabit LAN ports, so you and all your friends can have the fastest dedicated connection possible, all from a single router. Now, this crazy thing has more features and capabilities than a lot of people would ever be able to fully utilize. It's certainly for very extreme cases, multiple 4K and 8K streams, multiple games running simultaneously that require the fastest and most reliable connection, potentially 50 devices or more connected on the network at once, all being used. But what TP-Link delivers here with this is truly a Wi-Fi router that will be state-of-the-art for years to come. Whichever TP-Link router you end up going with, you can utilize the dedicated app for both iOS and Android to set up your new device and manage every aspect of the network right from your phone. Getting started is as easy as just plugging in the router and connecting it to your modem, and then joining the default network before setting up everything with your own unique information. And after that, you have quick access to all the devices connected to your network, the ability to create and manage a guest network, and a fast and easy way to check speeds and connections. Now, yes, what TP-Link offers here with these new routers is likely more than most people even need right now. America's internet speeds kind of suck, honestly, but speeds will increase. More devices will support the new Wi-Fi 6 standard, and you'll likely need to upgrade that old router to take advantage of all of that new technology. Even in my own 1,100 square foot apartment, I have some 10 or 15 things connected at one time, and that's not even counting the dozen or so smart Hue bulbs and a couple smart speakers scattered around too. And I was able to see speed increases of some 33% with the AX6000 router, which, by the way, now has a permanent spot in my home. At the end of the day, you don't have to go out and buy the latest and greatest stuff, but investing in a solid Wi-Fi 6 capable router, I think, is an investment that will pay dividends for years to come. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about these TP-Link routers or any questions about Wi-Fi 6 in general, feel free to let me know down in the comments below, and I'll try my best to help out if I can. Also, be sure to follow TechDaily on Twitter and subscribe to the TechDaily YouTube channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys later.